Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to Everything's Jazz, where everything is about me, duh. And today I'm going to do a story time for y'all. So make sure y'all like, y'all comment, and y'all subscribe. Turn on that post notification bell if you want to be notified every time I post. Let's get right into the story. So names: Jennifer, Monique, Jeffrey. Jennifer is Monique's mom. They're both my cousins. Jennifer met this man. He was a man with money. So he bought the house that they live in, the cars they drove. He paid the bills, paid for trips. I used to go over to their house every weekend, every holiday, every break. I used to go on most of the trips. We gonna call the man Jeffrey. He would pay for me to come on these trips with them, and he treated me like a part of the family, which I was, but you know, not their intermediate family. Jeffrey was a very cool guy, very husky man. He was a mixture of fat and built. Like, he just a very husky man and tall, ex-military. I had got expelled in the 6th grade. And if y'all want to know why, you should scroll down to the very bottom. And the very first video on my page is a story time. And a story time is about why I got expelled in the 6th grade and all that. So if you want to know why, link in the description, you go watch that. I basically deserved the whooping, but I didn't get no whooping from my mom. Like, my mom, she didn't whoop me. She pretty much took my phone, and I pretty much like couldn't go outside and things like that. Jeffrey, for some reason, he felt like he had some type of right to whoop me. Okay, so what I forgot to mention is that before I got expelled in the 6th grade, Jeffrey had actually paid for me and all of us to go on a cruise. So I don't know if that's why he felt like some type of right to whoop me, because he paid for me to go on a cruise. But yeah, man, to be whooping me anyway. The fuck, you're my cousin's boyfriend. But like I said, Monique is the cousin that's my age. Her mom, which is Jennifer, not my age, but still my cousin. Very older, still my cousin though. And this man, Jeffrey, is her boyfriend. And after that, stuff just got weird. I don't know if that whooping just made him feel like he had some type of leeway. He used to like tickle me, you know, do this thing, like where he would just do this to my sides, and it would hurt, but I would laugh. You know, like I said, very husky man, a lot of strength. So maybe he was just like doing it too hard, and it just hurt it for real. But I would just laugh it off, fake laugh until he fake laugh until he stopped. This one time, he put me on his lap, and I was like face towards him on his lap, and he was doing that thing, you know what I'm saying? And I was fake laughing and doing all that. And I like was leaning while I was doing the fake laughing. I was like moving all around, you know, because really it was hurting for real. But I was, you know, just trying to play it off, you know, not trying to do too much. So I was just like move, you know, fake laugh and move. And I was like leaning back out of his grip until I eventually just kind of like fell off his lap onto the floor, because the fact that he had me on his lap just had me real puzzled. I did not like it. So I just smoothly got off of it. He started getting comfortable just randomly pinching my butt. And I don't know what made him feel comfortable, like made him feel like, you know, I really feel like it was the whooping. For real. He started just getting too comfortable. But it was like, okay, I was just trying to think of it like, okay, maybe just like friendly pinches, because, you know, my mom do that and stuff. Like the women in my family and stuff. Like even Jennifer does that to me. Like Jennifer would pinch my butt and stuff. And, you know, I never batted an eye or cared when it was the women in my family doing it. But this man doing it, it was just like, what the world? Like, you know, I would be like laying on the floor on my phone or something. He'll walk out the room, make a pit stop, pinch me on my ass, and keep walking. And, you know, I just used to be like, ha, 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 stop, ha, ha. You know, that kind of thing. Just playing it off. This one time, me and my cousin Monique, we were home alone, but he was there. So it was just me, Monique, and Jeffrey. Me and Monique was in her room cleaning up her room, and Jeffrey was in him and Jennifer's room cleaning up that room. Then Monique, she walks in the room, she's like, Jeffrey wants you. I'm like, what? Like, what? You know, I just don't think I ever been inside their bedroom without Jennifer being there. So I go in there, I'm like, you know, huh? Like, he started doing that little tickling thing again when he basically digging his damn claws into my sides. And he threw me on the bed. I think my legs was hanging off the bed. So when I say he got on top of me, it wasn't like I wasn't all the way on the bed. So it was like he just leaned over top of me, if y'all get what I'm saying. You know that thing what you do with your mouth, you know, you probably tickling a baby or something. You'll probably go like pop on a baby or something like that. Yeah, so he was doing that, and I just remember how painful it was and how I just kept fake laughing, and I had really just wanted him to stop.
Another thing he used to do that I forgot to add, he would always just make it like clear that I wasn't Jessica, what I called them, Monique, and I think it was Jessica. Yeah, that's what I call Monique's mom. So he used to always make it clear that I wasn't their first cousin. Like, I'm like third cousin or fourth cousin. I don't know, somewhere down the line cousin. So it was like kind of weird to me how he would just, you know, always bring that up. Like,
this right here is the crazy part. Like, this is the moment I knew, like, yeah, no. It was just me, Monique, and Jeffrey in the house once again. But Monique was in the bathroom. Jeffrey was in his room. He calls me in there. I go in there. I'm like, huh. I can't remember the whole words, but he pulled out some money. He asked me something. What he said? Oh,
he asked you if you wanted it, I think.
I think he asked me, yep, he said, you want the money? I think I was like, yeah. But, you know, I already knew something was going to be up because don't nobody just offer you no money for no reason. Like, it was no reason for him to randomly call me. I mean, you know, he put out the money. He put out a lot of money. That's why I was like, And he was like, what you going to do for it? And as soon as he said that, my heart dropped to my ass. I instantly knew what he meant by that. But I was steady just trying to play it off. So I was like, oh, I'll clean the baseboards. I was like, oh, you want me to clean the baseboards? Because y'all know what baseboards is, the little thing at the bottom of the wall. He used to like for those to be clean. So he used to have me and Monique, like, for chores and stuff around the house, he used to have us, like, dust off and clean off the baseboards. We used to do stuff like that, like, just clean up. So I'm like, you want me to clean the baseboards? He was like, no. I was like, you want me to clean up anything? He was like, no. I don't know what else I started to say, but I was just like naming stuff. I probably said, you want me to bring you something, cook something? Like, I was probably just naming stuff, and he was just like, no. Like, everything that could possibly make sense, he was saying no to it. I already knew what he was getting at, but I was just trying to play it off, just hoping, like, I was just like, God, get me out of this situation. I don't know. I don't want to. Just get me out of here. Like, that's all I wanted. After he said no to pretty much everything, I think I like just stood there and I was just like looking at him, and I was just standing there. And then I think I probably had like this look in my eye or something, because I think that he felt that I was scared. I think he knew he was scaring me. And so I don't know if it was the look on my face or if he just felt the energy or what, but he knew he was scaring me, because he ended up just laughing it off, just trying to laugh it off. And he gave me some of the money anyway. Never told me what he wanted me to do for the money. Laughed it off and gave me the money anyway. And I left out the room. And when I left out the room, I went right into the bathroom with Monique so I could feel safe. So when I went in there, I instantly sat on the floor and I started to cry. And Monique, she was just like, what's wrong with you? Like, you know, she was getting upset because I was crying, and she don't know how to deal with tears and people's emotions and things like that. She's super nonchalant, you know what I mean? So she's not a person you want to go to if you being squishy and sentimental and you crying and you having feelings, because that girl act like she don't got no feelings, child. So she was like, what's wrong with you? But she was being aggressive because it was like me crying was making her uncomfortable. So she was like aggressive, so I didn't want to like tell her. And plus, that's her stepdad, and if I tell her, she probably was gonna tell Jennifer. And y'all, for some reason, I did not want to, like, I'm not gonna say for some reason, I really just did not want to mess up nothing. Like, I didn't want to tell no one because I didn't want to. For one, I was like, what if I'm assuming? Like, what if I go to someone and I say, this man just tried to offer me money for sex or offer me money for head? What if I went to someone and I said that and they didn't like, or, you know, they didn't believe? I don't know. I just felt like I didn't want to ruin something and mess up all of this for nothing. You know, it was serious, but to me, I was just thinking like, okay, Jazz, it's not that serious. You don't have to go and tell and just mess up everything. You know what I mean? Like, Jeffrey and Jennifer are engaged. Jeffrey is the breadwinner. He's the reason Jennifer has this house, these cars, these nice things, all this and all that. So if I go to her and I say, yo, man just tried to offer me money for sex and I'm a minor. Y'all, at the time, I was probably in middle school still. You know, so I went to her and I was like, yo, man just tried to offer me money for sex. And they were like, okay, what did he say? What did he do? I was just thinking like, okay, what I'm gonna tell him? He pulled out money. And, you know, but of course they would have understood. Like, nowadays, now I know, like, yeah, girl, that is enough for you to go tell someone. Because for one, he never even told you what he wanted you to do, but he still gave you the money. Why did he still give you the money when you didn't even do what he wanted you to do? Guilt. Or, you know, trying to cover it up. Or, you know, maybe he felt like the money was, you know, him giving me the money anyway was going to make me not say nothing or whatever. And that's not what made me not say nothing. I just really just did not want to mess up this happy home that they had going on. And plus, I knew, like, okay, my mom, she's going to stop me from coming over here. And I really liked to go over there to be with Monique. So when Monique was getting uncomfortable with me crying, I was like, okay, I'm not going to tell her. And, you know, because I didn't want her to tell her mom or nothing. So I was just like, you know, I'm not going to tell Monique. So I left out the bathroom with her. Then I went into her room. And I instantly just called my best friend. And I told my best friend. And she was like, girl, I'm going to tell your mama. I'm telling your mama. And I was like, girl, no, please don't. Like, I don't know if I had to lie or what to stop her from telling my mama. But she was instantly like, girl, I'm going to tell your mama. I'm telling your mama. And I was just like, no, Bessie, no. Like, I probably had to downplay it a little bit or whatever. I don't remember what I had to do or say to stop her. But she was adamant on telling my mom. After that, y'all, it was a time where I was going home because it was Sunday, you know, school tomorrow. So I was supposed to be going home. And I don't know, like, if my mom couldn't come get me or what it was, but I had to be dropped off. Jeffrey and Jennifer, they were arguing. I think about the room not being clean or something. I don't know. But, you know, me and Monique, were we still playing doll babies at this time? I really do not know. But I just remember Jennifer asked Jeffrey to take me home, right? So naturally, Monique was going to ride too, because it didn't have to be discussed or asked or talked about or nothing. It was known, like, naturally, okay, Jeffrey's about to take me home and Monique's gonna ride. Jeffrey, he was like, Monique need to stay here. She don't need to go. She need to clean up her room. And when I heard him say that, I'm like, oh, my heart dropped to my ass again. Because I'm like, it sounds like this man's trying to get me in his car with him alone. I was scared. I was like, oh, no, please. I don't want to be alone with this man. but I also don't want to have to say nothing and mess up all of this. You know what I mean? But, you know, when he said that, Jennifer, she was like, she can ride or whatever. And he was like, no, she needs to stay here. He didn't want Monique to ride. He did not want her to ride. Like, and it was just like, okay, well, Jennifer was like, okay, I'm gonna take her home then. And so Jennifer took me home and Monique rode. It was me, Monique, and Jennifer in the car. It's known, though, that Jeffrey is I don't know if he's a registered sex offender, but he had allegations against him about raping a child before. His ex-wife's daughter. He had a case. He had a pedophilia case before already. And when I found that out, I'm just like, wait. So you mean to tell, if the person who told me know, that means Jennifer has to know. Like, how do you trust this man around your kid then? You know what I mean? But mind you, he never did none of that with Monique. Monique ain't never say nothing about him being like that. He ain't never did. Monique was always like pretty much comfortable around him. They used to like bicker, like, but I'm not gonna lie, one of my other cousins, we do think well, it's rumors that she messed around with Jeffrey, y'all. And my cousin, she probably wasn't a minor at the time, because she's like way older than me and Monique. Not way older, but she's older than me and Monique. So I think she was probably like 18, but she was still just young. Like, and who knows how long it had been going on when it started. Like, if he groomed her, like, who knows? But we think that one of her kids might even be his. You know, and all these rumors and allegations. And he has a daughter. Jeffrey has a daughter. But yes, y'all. Turns out Jeffrey is a pedophile. He's a pedophile. He's a pedophile. He already had a case on him with a minor before. And now here I am, another minor, thinking that you offered me money for sex. And now that I know that you're a pedophile, that definitely confirmed, like, bro, you were trying to offer me money to give you head or something, or sex or something, bro. Because why the fuck would you just whip out this money in front of a kid and basically ask me what I'm gonna do for it? What type of shit is that? Now, if Jennifer was here, would you have done that? No. You only doing that because Jennifer is not here and you think that I'm some type of something. Like, I don't know what the fuck he thought. Oh, I don't know if that whooping he gave me, I don't know. He's gone now. Jennifer and him broke up, so he doesn't exist anymore. Yes, y'all, that is my experience growing up with a weirdo pedophile. He wasn't a weirdo the whole time. When I first met him, he was like nice and always buying stuff and just my cousin's man. You know, he became weird, like, out of nowhere. I don't know, maybe I grew some ass or some titties or something, and he started to look at me or something. I don't know what it was that provoked him to just switch into a weirdo. But I was really disappointed about that because I liked him. You know, he was a man for real. He was a provider for real. That man had money. He paid for everything. And, you know, he was just nice. You know, we used to bicker, like, play, you know, all of that. He just became a weirdo out of nowhere. And it was just like, whoa, weirdo. But yeah, I do think he likes little girls. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And remember to turn those post notifications on to get notified every time I post a video. And I am